First NFL game I ever covered. First NFL game I ever covered. Lawrence Taylor threatened to beat me up.
This has happened, but this is my point, and I'm going to look at it from both directions. A lot of the players, the teammates of Kinlaw are standing up for him, saying this guy's a troll, he does it too much, he looks for confrontations. Maybe that's a fair point. What I don't like is when players say, you only dehumanize us, you only look at us as players. Hello? Hey guys, you guys get paid a lot of money as players. That is your profession. When a Jason Whitlock, a Steve Kim, or a Grant Cohn cover an athlete, we don't really care about anything else but their performance. That's the reality. I am sick and tired of these athletes saying, well, you dehumanize us. No, we don't. We don't care about the other parts. There's never been a player that I know of, Jason, that has played poorly and has been given a big contract extension because the owner said, well, this guy's a great husband and he goes to all the PTA meetings and he saves kittens from trees. Guys, you can't have it both ways. You get paid on your talent. And when you leave a city, you take your talents, not you as a person, you take your talents to that franchise. But then when there's any criticism, it's like, well, we're human too. You are human. And no one is saying that you don't deserve respect. But there comes a point in time you have to be accountable, because when you are a San Francisco 49er or any other player in any professional sports, you are judged on your performance. Now, with that said, as a media member, I think we all have to be careful, and I think we've all made the mistake of being gratuitous. You can be factual, but if you hammer it home every day or simply too often, you could make the argument that now at that point, you are being a guy that taunts and pokes at the bear. So there is a fine line between critiquing and being someone that is gratuitous within that coverage.
Steve, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit here, because I'm sure Chiefs players and guys I cover in the NFL, because I literally was just thinking about more and more guys from first NFL game I ever covered. First NFL game I ever covered, Lawrence Taylor threatened to beat me up. He was playing against the Colts. It was Jeff George's one of his first games as a member of the Colts, and Lawrence Taylor hit him. I asked questions, but I'm thinking of Keyshawn Johnson getting mad at me. And just, anyway, I was a guy. I used to write these report cards at the end of the season grading every Chiefs player, and I would write some of the most hilarious, mocking. It was what I was known for. And again, I dealt with the consequences of that. I knew, and because at that time I was young, and I went to the same nightclubs, Mi Casino, and all the other places that the players went, and I knew that I went to the park. Me and Derek Thomas were friends, and so that's Andre Rison actually threatened to kill me at a party that Derek Thomas was throwing, and so I knew I was running the risk, and that was part of being young and dumb, but. The players have to understand. Javon Kinlaw has to understand. Grant Cohn has zero to do with whether or not he makes the San Francisco 49ers. Zero to do with whether or not he plays well for the San Francisco 49ers. And so Kinlaw has to be man enough, mature enough to ignore Grant Cohn and his coverage and just do his job, instead of allowing Grant Cohn or some reporter to determine his emotions and his behavior. Javon Kinlaw has to man up and determine his own behavior, and not just be some doll that can be wound up by some reporter.